What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Subscriber Sunday. Now, a lot of you have been wondering, where has Subscriber Sunday been? Now, in the last episode, guys, I did explain to you we're going to be doing Subscriber Sunday every other week. Some of you misunderstood that and thought that it was going to be a 2-week break in between each episode. No, that's not true. We're going to do it Sunday, then we're going to miss a Sunday, then we're going to do it the next Sunday. I know the last Sub Sunday was 2 weeks ago. That was just my mistake. I thought I did it the week before, and that was just my mistake, so sorry about that one, but it will be every other week, so don't panic, guys. We're still going to be doing it. I know a lot of you do love this series, and so yeah, we're going to continue with Subscriber Sunday. So guys, let's start off with this week's fan art. So the first piece of fan art comes from Eamon, and they sent this to me on Instagram, and it is a drawing of me and Zai with a love heart above our head, and I don't know what that says in the speech bubble. I can't quite read it, but an awesome drawing, Eamon. Thank you so much for sending that in. Is this a picture of me and Zai getting married, maybe? So many questions, guys. You guys always ask me the question, when are you going to marry Zai? When are you going to marry Zai? Now you're drawing it in fan art as well. Oh my god, I can't get away from this. But guys, thank you so much for sending this in, Eamon. I really do appreciate it. So the next piece of fan art comes from Val on Snapchat, and they sent me an awesome drawing of my Minecraft character that says Biggs87X at the top, and on the side it says hashtag Team Biggs for the win. Always love my hashtag Team Biggs fan. Also said it in the bottom left hand corner as well, and it says, did you play something when you were in school? Do you mean an instrument or a sport? I never played an instrument, and I used to play like football a lot in school. And then the text on the side says, hi, my name is Val, and I was one who asked about Sour Patch Kids and Skittles. Oh yeah, I remember your question, Val. Thank you so much for sending in your fan art. I think it's awesome, and I really like all the effort that you put into it. So guys, let's move on to the questions, and the first question is from Aaron on Twitter, and they ask, will you and Zai do a meet and greet? You are my inspiration. Now, I'm not 100% sure about that, Aaron, to be honest. I don't know if we ever will do a meet and greet or not. The way things always work out with us, we said if we ever did one, we'd do it at like Minecon or stuff like that, but we've just been really unlucky with conventions and stuff, because whenever Zai comes to England, like there's a convention in America, or whenever I go to America, there's a convention in England. We always miss it. We're never together when we have the conventions. You know, Zai only visits England at certain times of the year, so we can only ever really do a meetup together during those times. Now, I'm not sure if we ever will do one. Hopefully, maybe one day it'd be nice to meet all you guys, but yeah, that's probably the best answer I could give. Maybe one day we will do a meetup, but thank you so much for your question, Aaron. So the next question comes from Zai Loves Bubs Forever on Twitter, and she asks, is there a way to maybe potentially earn a call with you? I miss even just hearing the others in calls from before. Love you. Now, it's funny you say that, because recently me and Zai have been talking about bringing back calls, whether it be a live stream or finding another way to do it, but it's something that is definitely on the list that we want to bring back. Oh well, I want to bring them back in my stream. I think Zai does as well, but I can't really answer questions for her. She have to answer that. But we do want to bring them back, because it was nice to like talk to you guys, but we want to kind of find a different way to do it, but we just haven't figured that out yet. But so when we do figure that out, calls will be coming back, but we just need to figure out the best way to do it. But thank you so much for your questions, Zai Loves Bubs Forever. So the next question comes from Genesis on Twitter, and they ask, do you ever think you will quit YouTube? Oh, and Team Zai for the win. All these Team Zai people, I don't like them. I don't think I ever will quit YouTube, even if YouTube doesn't become my job anymore, like it doesn't do as well as it's doing now. I don't think I'd ever quit. I think I would just end up doing it less, you know. I don't think I ever quit, because I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy making videos, I enjoy playing games, I enjoy editing, so I don't think I would ever quit. I would just do it less if I was ever in a position where I couldn't do it as my job anymore. And the final question comes from OMG Games, and he asks, what kind of person were you at school? Now, I didn't really know what you meant by this question, so I kind of figured do you mean like, was I sporty, was I like a nerd or something like that, was I popular, that kind of thing. Now, the best way I could probably answer it is, I wasn't like extremely popular, but everyone at school kind of knew who I was. Like, I wasn't like the most popular kid, but everyone knew who I was. Like, they knew I was Ricky, kind of thing. I was very sporty. I always did a lot of sports at school, But that was it. I had my little group of friends that I hang around with, like 3, 4, 5 of us that always hung around together. And yeah, I did a lot of sports. That's all I can really say. I never really got bullied or anything like that. School was fun. I enjoyed school. Didn't like the teachers, didn't like learning and stuff like that, but hanging out with friends and stuff, that's the main part that I enjoyed with school. So yeah, that's the kind of person I was at school. Nothing too crazy, wasn't super popular or anything like that. So guys, let's move on to the Snapchats.
Hi Biggs, my question to you is, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on a family vacation?
Thank you so much for your question, Lena. Now the funniest thing that's ever happened to me on a vacation is probably when I was with my cousin Dinky. Some of you may remember him. He used to do some videos with me and he had his own YouTube channel as well. Now we were in Spain and we were in an arcade, and when you're playing on an arcade machine, it's one of those 2-player machines. I was on the right, he was on the left. You kind of put your money on the machine so you can put it in for when you next want to play. Now we were playing on this machine and this kid came up to us on the side. We thought he was just waiting for his turn, like he was going to go on the machine after us, but this kid kept getting closer and closer and closer, and then he decided to like lean on the machine whilst we were playing it, like literally put his hands on the machine and then rested his head on his arms. That's what he did. And we were like, what is he doing? And he stayed there for about 2 minutes and he kind of just got up and then walked away. And we were like, what the heck was that? That was weird. He was just like laying on the machine while we were playing on it. And then we realized he took the money. He leant on the machine, laid on the money, took it and then walked off. And I was like, oh my god, he just stole our money. And then we couldn't find him. And that was probably the funniest thing that happened. And it wasn't funny at the time, but when you look back on it, it's funny when you think about it. But yeah, that's probably the funniest thing that happened.
What's the idea of Sub Sunday? Love you, Biggs.
Thank you so much for sending in your message. Now, I came up with the idea with Sub Sunday just because I wanted to figure out a way to kind of like connect with you guys better. I get so much questions in my comment sections. I do my best to try and answer them. I get questions on Twitter and stuff like that, but I wanted to do a series for you guys. I think a lot of the series that I have are just series that you watch. There's no interaction, and I wanted to increase the interaction on my channel, and I thought it was a good way to do it. Now we have Snapchat and things like that. I thought it was a good way to do it. Like, you guys send me your questions, I answer it. A series that was purely dedicated to my subscribers. That's why I came up with the idea of Sub Sunday. But yeah, thank you so much for sending in your question.
Hi Biggs, can you name all the schools you've been to from since preschool to like high school or middle school or whatever you call it?
Hi KK, thank you so much for sending in your message. Now, I don't want to name the schools that I actually went to because you guys will end up stalking me. You just Google it and you'll find out where I live. But I have never changed school. I've only been to 3 schools in my life. That was junior school, like when you're aged from 5 to 11, and then I went to secondary school, which is 11 to 16, and then I went to college, which is 16 until whenever you finished. So I've only ever been to 3 schools, and that's it. Never changed, never left a school in the middle of the like school years, whatever. I never left, never changed school or anything like that. Just been to 3 schools throughout my whole life. Right guys, there we are. That is it for Subscriber Sunday. Thank you so much to everybody who sent in their questions, fan art and Snapchat messages. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget guys, you can submit all your fan art questions and Snapchat stuff. All the links you need is in the description. You can put your questions down in the comment section down below. You can tweet them to me, you can send them to me on Snapchat. Again, with the fan art, you can send them to me on Twitter or send them to me on Instagram, and my Snapchat is down in the description below. So just add me on there and send me the messages, whatever you want to send me. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in another episode of Subscriber Sunday.